Hey everyone, it's MKBHD. Today let's talk about something you experience every day, recommendations. From YouTube videos to Amazon products, Netflix shows to Spotify playlists, these suggestions shape what we watch, buy, and listen to. But how do these digital whispers work? Let's dive into the world of recommendation systems and see how they influence our choices. Recommendation systems are digital matchmakers, analyzing your behavior to predict what you'll like next. They use collaborative filtering, grouping you with people who share your tastes, and content-based filtering, which looks at the features of things you enjoy. Most platforms combine both, creating a personalized experience that introduces you to new content and products. But this invisible hand doesn't just help you discover, it also shapes your digital world in powerful ways. Recommendations aren't just helpful. They're essential for navigating the endless sea of online content. They save you time, help you find hidden gems, and even connect you with new communities. But while they open doors to new experiences, there's more to the story. As we explore deeper, we'll see how machine learning powers these systems, and the ethical questions they raise. From bias and echo chambers to privacy concerns, recommendation systems come with real responsibilities. So buckle up as we uncover how algorithms shape your digital journey. Think of recommendation systems as your digital personal assistant, filtering mountains of data to serve up what you'll love. They analyze your actions and the behavior of millions of others to spot patterns and trends. For example, shop for a phone case online and you'll instantly see suggestions for similar cases or accessories. These systems anticipate your needs, sometimes before you even know them. It's all about making your online experience smarter and more personal. Collaborative filtering is like getting recommendations from friends with similar tastes. It connects your preferences with those of others, surfacing hidden gems from niche communities. But it struggles with new users or new items, the cold start problem. It's powerful, but not perfect. Content-based filtering focuses on the features of what you like, genres, actors, themes, to recommend similar content. It's great for new users and new content, quickly building a profile of your tastes. But it can get repetitive, keeping you in a comfort zone. Sometimes you need a nudge to explore beyond your usual picks. That's why many platforms use hybrid systems, blending collaborative and content-based filtering. This combo tackles the cold start problem and delivers more accurate, diverse recommendations. For example, a music app might analyze your first few listens, then match you with users who share your taste. Even new users get a tailored experience from day one. Personalization is powerful, but it's a double-edged sword. Recommendations can save time and expand your horizons, but they can also trap you in echo chambers. Being aware of how these systems work helps you make smarter choices about what you consume. Use recommendations as a tool, not a cage. Let's see these systems in action, starting with YouTube. Ever fallen down a YouTube rabbit hole? That's the algorithm learning your interests and serving up endless content. It tracks your watch history, likes, and even how long you watch, all to keep you engaged. Sometimes it finds hidden gems, other times it gets stuck in a rut. That's why it's important to actively shape your feed by liking, disliking, and unsubscribing. Netflix takes recommendations to the next level. From your first watch, it builds a profile, tracking what, when, and how you watch. It curates your homepage and even personalizes artwork to grab your attention. The goal? To help you find your next binge-worthy show, fast. Now let's move on to the online behemoth that sells pretty much everything under the sun, Amazon. From books and electronics to groceries and furniture, Amazon's recommendation engine is always hard at work, trying to predict what you'll buy next. Think about the last time you shopped on Amazon. You probably encountered recommendations everywhere. Customers who bought this item also frequently bought together, inspired by your browsing history. Amazon uses a combination of collaborative and content-based filtering to serve up these suggestions, analyzing your purchase history, browsing patterns, and even items you've rated or reviewed. But Amazon's recommendations go beyond just suggesting products you're likely to buy. They also aim to keep you engaged with the platform and encourage you to spend more time and honestly, more money browsing their vast catalog. Ever notice how Amazon often recommends items that are slightly more expensive than what you're currently looking at? That's no accident. It's a subtle way to nudge you towards higher-priced items and increase their profits. And then there's Amazon's personalized advertising. Based on your browsing and purchase history, Amazon displays targeted ads for products you might be interested in, both on their own website and across the internet. It's like they're reading your mind, knowing exactly what to show you to tempt you into making a purchase. Let's shift gears from shopping to something a little more melodic, Spotify. This music streaming giant has revolutionized the way we discover and listen to music, and their recommendation engine is a big part of what makes the experience so enjoyable. Spotify uses a combination of collaborative filtering, content-based filtering, and even audio analysis to create personalized playlists and recommendations. They analyze your listening history, the playlists you create, and even the songs you skip or save to your library. This data is then used to serve up a constant stream of music tailored to your unique taste. Think about Spotify's curated playlists like Discover Weekly, Release Radar, and Daily Mix. These playlists are like personalized radio stations, constantly updating with new music based on your listening habits. They're a great way to discover new artists, explore different genres, and expand your musical horizons. But Spotify's recommendations aren't just about finding new music, they're also about enhancing your listening experience. Ever notice how Spotify automatically adjusts the volume between songs, so you don't have to constantly fiddle with your phone? Or how they suggest playlists based on your mood or activity, like focus for work or chill for relaxing? These subtle touches make the listening experience feel more personalized and enjoyable. While we focused on the big players in entertainment and e-commerce, recommendation systems are popping up in all sorts of unexpected places. From dating apps to news feeds to social media platforms, these algorithms are shaping our experiences in ways we might not even realize. Take dating apps, for example. Platforms like Tinder and Bumble use your swiping history, profile preferences, and even your social media activity to suggest potential matches. The goal is to connect you with people you're likely to be compatible with, but these systems can also reinforce biases and limit your options. News apps and social media feeds also rely heavily on recommendations to curate the content you see. These algorithms analyze your reading history, your interactions with different posts, and even your location to personalize your newsfeed. While this can be helpful for staying informed, it can also create echo chambers, where you're only exposed to news and opinions that align with your existing beliefs. Even something as simple as navigating traffic is being influenced by recommendation systems. Apps like Google Maps and Waze use real-time traffic data and user-reported incidents to recommend the fastest route to your destination. These systems are constantly learning and adapting, taking into account factors like time of day, construction, and even weather conditions to provide the most efficient route. Recommendation systems are everywhere on your favorite apps and streaming platforms. But what powers them? The answer is machine learning. These algorithms learn from tons of user data, finding patterns to predict what you'll like. Just like a kid learns to ride a bike through trial and error, machine learning improves with every interaction. That's how recommendations get smarter and more personal every day. Ever wonder how algorithms know your tastes? They're like digital detectives analyzing your every click, purchase, and song skip. Take Spotify. They study your listening habits from morning pop to evening indie to recommend music you'll love. By connecting your patterns with millions of others, machine learning uncovers hidden links and delivers spot-on recommendations. Machine learning thrives on feedback. Every time you interact, liking or disliking a video, or even just watching something, you're sending signals to the algorithm. A thumbs up says, "Show me more like this." A thumbs down, "Not my cup of tea." Even your silent actions like binge watching a series help the system learn and refine recommendations just for you. At its core, a recommendation system is in the business of prediction. It's trying to anticipate your needs and desires, often before you even realize them yourself. And machine learning is the crystal ball that makes these predictions possible. Think of it like this. You're playing a game against the recommendation engine. Your moves are the actions you take online, the videos you watch, the products you buy, the music you listen to. The engine's moves are the recommendations it serves up, trying to predict what will capture your attention and keep you engaged. Now, in the beginning, the engine might not know you very well. It's like playing against a novice chess player. They might make some good moves, but they're also prone to blunders. But as you play more games, the engine learns your patterns, your strategies, your weaknesses. It starts to anticipate your moves, countering them with recommendations that are more likely to resonate with you. This prediction game is a constant back and forth between you and the algorithm. You make a move, the algorithm responds, and so on. And with each interaction, the engine gets a little bit smarter, a little bit better at predicting what you'll want next. As machine learning technology continues to evolve at a breakneck pace, the future of recommendation systems is looking more personalized and sophisticated than ever before. We can expect to see even more tailored suggestions, anticipating our needs and desires with uncanny accuracy. Imagine a world where your Netflix recommendations aren't just based on your past viewing history, but also on your current mood, the time of day, even the weather outside. Or a Spotify that crafts the perfect playlist for your workout, based on your heart rate and the intensity of your exercise. But this brave new world of hyper-personalized recommendations also raises some important questions. How do we ensure that these systems don't trap us in echo chambers, limiting our exposure to new ideas and perspectives? How do we protect our privacy when our every online move is being tracked and analyzed? The key to navigating this evolving landscape is to be informed and discerning consumers. By understanding how recommendation systems work and the potential biases they might harbor, we can make more conscious choices about the content we consume and the recommendations we follow. We can choose to step outside our comfort zones, explore different perspectives, and curate a more diverse and enriching online experience for ourselves. Recommendation systems bring convenience, discovery, and delight to our digital lives. They save you time, acting like personal assistants, curating content just for you. It's like having a friend who knows exactly what you'd enjoy. Whether it's a new show, gadget, or song, and sometimes you discover something amazing you never would have found on your own. That's the magic and the delight of recommendations. Recommendation systems are powerful, but they have downsides. One big concern is echo chambers. These systems can trap us in bubbles, only showing what we already believe. Privacy is another issue. They track our behavior to predict what we'll like, but that means our data is constantly collected. And let's not forget manipulation. Algorithms can nudge us towards certain products or ideas, shaping our choices without us realizing. Now, not all surprises in the world of recommendations are bad. In fact, some of the most delightful experiences happen when these systems throw a curveball and introduce us to something completely unexpected. Imagine browsing through Netflix and stumbling upon a documentary about competitive marble racing. It's not something you'd ever search for, but something about the thumbnail or the description piques your interest. You click, you watch, and boom, you're hooked. You spend the next few hours engrossed in this strange and fascinating world you never knew existed. These moments of serendipitous discovery are what make recommendation systems so compelling. They shake us out of our routines, challenge our assumptions, and expose us to new and exciting possibilities. They remind us that there's a whole world of content out there beyond our usual interests and preferences. These unexpected recommendations can also lead to personal growth and new passions. Maybe you stumble upon a documentary about a social justice issue you were vaguely aware of, and it sparks a newfound desire to learn more and get involved. Or perhaps you discover a new genre of music through a random Spotify recommendation, and it opens up a whole new world of musical exploration. So how do we navigate this complex landscape of recommendations, embracing the good while mitigating the bad? It all comes down to awareness and conscious consumption. First, it's crucial to understand that recommendation systems aren't infallible. They're just algorithms, doing their best to predict what we'll like based on the data they have. Sometimes they get it right, sometimes they miss the mark. We shouldn't blindly trust their suggestions or let them dictate our every choice. Second, we need to be mindful of the potential for echo chambers and actively seek out diverse perspectives. Don't be afraid to explore outside your comfort zone. Seek out content that challenges your beliefs, introduces you to new ideas, and broadens your understanding of the world. Third, be wary of manipulation. Remember that recommendation systems are often designed to keep us engaged in spending, even if it means showing us things that aren't necessarily in our best interest. Be critical of sponsored content and targeted advertising. Don't be afraid to click "Not interested" or adjust your privacy settings to limit tracking. Ultimately, the key to using recommendation systems wisely is to strike a balance between convenience and curiosity, personalization and exploration. By being informed and discerning consumers, we can harness the power of these technologies to enhance our lives without sacrificing our privacy or our autonomy. So, what does the future hold for recommendation systems? Buckle up, because things are about to get even more interesting. As technology continues its rapid evolution, we can expect to see recommendations become even more integrated into our lives, blurring the lines between the digital and physical worlds. Imagine walking into a store and having your phone buzz with personalized recommendations based on your shopping history and even your current location within the store. Or picture a world where your refrigerator suggests recipes based on the ingredients you have on hand, taking the guesswork out of meal planning. And it's not just about convenience. Advances in artificial intelligence and machine learning are paving the way for recommendation systems that are more intuitive, more personalized, and even more capable of understanding our needs and desires. We might see systems that can anticipate our needs before we even articulate them, offering suggestions that are not just relevant but truly insightful and helpful. However, this future of hyper-personalized recommendations also comes with its share of challenges. As these systems become more sophisticated, we need to be even more vigilant about protecting our privacy, ensuring that our data is being used responsibly and ethically. We also need to be mindful of the potential for these systems to exacerbate existing biases or create filter bubbles that limit our exposure to diverse perspectives. One of the most exciting developments in the world of recommendations is the shift towards context-aware systems. These systems go beyond simply analyzing your past behavior to consider your current situation, your environment, and even your emotional state to provide more relevant and helpful suggestions. Imagine for a moment a music streaming service that recommends calming music when it senses you're stressed, based on your heart rate data from your smartwatch. Or maybe a navigation app that suggests scenic routes when you're on a leisurely drive, but prioritizes speed and efficiency during your daily commute. This integration of contextual information really opens up a whole new world of possibilities for recommendation systems. Instead of simply reacting to our past choices, these systems can become proactive partners, anticipating our needs and providing assistance that is both timely and tailored to our specific circumstances. Think about a travel booking website that not only recommends destinations based on your past trips, but also factors in your budget, your travel style, and even the current weather conditions at your potential destinations. Or a language learning app that adjusts its lessons based on your progress, your learning style, and even the time of day when you're most receptive to new information. As recommendation systems become more sophisticated and integrated into our lives, it's crucial to have a conversation about the ethics of influence. Where do we draw the line between helpful suggestions and manipulative tactics? How do we ensure that these systems are being used to empower users, not exploit them? One concern is the potential for these systems to reinforce existing biases or create filter bubbles, limiting our exposure to diverse perspectives. If we're only ever shown content that aligns with our existing beliefs, it can be easy to fall into echo chambers where our views are never challenged. This can have serious consequences for our ability to think critically and engage in constructive dialogue with those who hold different opinions. Another ethical consideration is the use of dark patterns, design elements that are intentionally crafted to nudge users toward certain choices, often without their conscious awareness. This could involve things like making it difficult to unsubscribe from a service, or using misleading language to encourage users to share more personal information. To mitigate these risks, it's essential for developers to prioritize ethical considerations in the design and implementation of recommendation systems. This includes being transparent about how these systems work, providing users with greater control over their data and their recommendations, and actively working to minimize bias and promote diversity of content. In a world increasingly shaped by algorithms, it's more important than ever to remember the human element. While recommendation systems can be incredibly helpful tools, they should never replace our own judgment, our own curiosity, or our own desire to explore the world beyond the confines of our personalized bubbles. Don't be afraid to step outside your comfort zone and seek out content that challenges your assumptions. Explore different genres, different perspectives, different voices. The beauty of the digital world is its vastness, its ability to connect us with people and ideas from all corners of the globe. Remember that recommendation systems are just tools, and like any tool, they can be used for good or for ill. The key is to be an active and informed participant in your own digital journey. Be mindful of the recommendations you're being shown, question their motivations, and don't be afraid to deviate from the path they lay out for you. Ultimately, the goal is not to eliminate recommendations altogether, but to use them in a way that enhances our lives without limiting our choices or narrowing our perspectives. It's about striking a balance between the convenience of personalization and the excitement of discovery, the comfort of familiarity and the thrill of the unknown. As we stand on the cusp of a future shaped by ever more sophisticated recommendation systems, it's easy to feel overwhelmed or even a little apprehensive. But instead of fearing the unknown, let's embrace the potential of these technologies while staying grounded in our own values and aspirations. Recommendation systems can be incredibly powerful tools for connecting us with information, entertainment, and even each other. They can help us save time, discover new passions, and navigate the complexities of the digital world. But it's up to us to use them wisely, to be mindful of their limitations, and to ensure that they are aligned with our own goals and values. As we move forward, let's strive to create a digital landscape where recommendation systems are used to empower individuals, foster connections, and promote understanding. Let's use these tools to build a world where everyone has the opportunity to explore their interests, discover their passions, and connect with others who share their love of learning, growing, and experiencing all that the world has to offer. So keep exploring, keep discovering, and keep questioning. The future of recommendations is in our hands, and it's up to us to shape it into something truly remarkable.